My guest tonight is an Emmy award-winning comedian who spent a lot of time here at Largo over the years. Also a lot of time with me over the years. Her new podcast is called, confusingly, The Sarah Silverman Podcast. You'll never guess who's on. Please welcome our good friend, the hilarious Sarah Silverman. Sarah, so lovely to have you here.
Sit.
That was incredible. That's the best reaction anyone's had since we started having guests back.
Is that true?
That is true. That is, Andy, wouldn't you say that's probably the best, most authentically happy reaction we've had?
That's true, but half of the people here Sarah brought with her.
That's true.
I only brought one. I brought my lover.
You know, I've admired you over the years. I really have. Not just as a comedian, but as someone who I consider to be a spiritual wanderer and adventurer. I mean that. I'm not talking religiously. I'm talking about the fact that you seem to care about people and connecting with them.
I love connecting with people. There are comics that don't like people and there are comics that do like people. I'm a loner in my life, but I do like people, and I'm interested in, I know this sounds hippy-dippy granola or whatever, but energy, I know it's real. Like the energy, what do they say? Like it cannot be created nor destroyed.
Energy cannot be created or destroyed. That's true.
Yeah, so but it can convert. So, someone gives you the finger on the freeway, it gives you bad energy and you pass that on and it's catchy, but good energy too can be catchy. This is my point.
But I believe in this because I think growing up in the 70s and 80s, I picked up bad energy and I've just been passing it on ever since.
Yeah.
Which is fun, by the way. I think it's hilarious.
I read that about you on your Wikipedia page.
It's it's the first 6 paragraphs of my Wikipedia page. I believe that, though. You get bad energy, you give bad energy. You seem to be someone...
Yeah, if you don't believe in the mind-body connection, how do you explain nervous diarrhea?
That's the question that many people have pondered, and you've cracked it.
Yeah.
You can't... Yeah, exactly. That's... What a great statement. I've seen this in life. You describe yourself as someone who likes people. I've noticed that. There are some comedians who are not themselves when they're with other people. You see their persona on stage, and then you see who they are backstage. You're always yourself, and you seem like you're a positive person, like you're trying to convert everyone's energy to good energy. Is that true?
I try to. When I'm conscious of it, obviously I'm sure I can be a dick, but I don't mean to make it a male body part, but you know what I mean?
Right.
An asshole.
Yeah.
But I was going to the weed store, actually right around the corner from here, and I pull in, and parallel parking is hard for anyone, and then I go up a little, and then I back up, and the guy in front of me was in his car. I didn't even really kiss it. I didn't touch his car. I really didn't, but he must have been in a really bad place. Who knows what was going on in his life. He was this big guy in a big SUV. He gets out of his car and starts screaming at me, and he's like, "You hit my car!" And I didn't hit it, but I just went, "Sorry." I go, "I'm sorry." He goes, "Oh, you're sorry? You're sorry? I guess that makes it all better then, right? And I can't even do anything about it because you're a girl," which is were you gonna punch someone? So I took a second. I go, my heart was pounding, but I go, here's my chance to try to convert energy. So I work up my guts and everything, and I get out of the car and I go up to him and I go, I'm gonna make this right. Show me where the scratch is. I'm gonna fix it. Let me pay for it. No, forget it. I go, no, I wanna make this right. But there was no scratch there, but he's like, it's fine. And I go, I'm gonna buy you weed. And then he laughed a little. He goes, no, you don't have to. I go, what kind do you like? He had a Russian or Ukrainian accent, but I'm not good at accents.
Yeah.
He goes, I like the kind that gives you a full body high. Indica. Indica it is. So then I go into the weed store and I'm waiting in line. And as I'm waiting in line, I see the meter person. What do you say for meter maid now?
Well, just say
Meter reader.
Meter reader. There you go, meter reader.
The meter reader. But my car's kind of out of view, but I see the meter reader. I go, oh, with all this commotion, I didn't put money in my thing. So then the bouncer comes. There's like a security guy at weed stores. And he comes in and I go, I know, I got a ticket. He goes, no, your new friend over there put money in the meter for you.
That's fantastic.
I know. So I get the pot and I come out, I give it to him and I go, I heard you're my hero. He goes, then he's all bashful. Oh, it's nothing, you know. And then he shakes my hand, and I hadn't shaken anyone. This was a few months ago. I hadn't shaken anyone's hand, but I go, oh, screw it. I'm going to shake his hand. I'll just Purell later. We shake hands. I go, look at us. We were arch enemies, and now we're best friends. And he was laughing. And then as I pulled out, he, like, took it upon himself to, like, guide traffic, you know. It was so sweet.
But see, this is the thing. Most people in that situation, if someone's yelling at you in a car, they yell back, and it escalates,
Yeah.
you know? You did the thing that no one does, which is you say, how can I make this right? I'm going to buy you weed. If we all went around offering each other weed, things would be so much better in this world.
I agree.
Yeah, that's all we ever needed. I think, you know, speaking of positive energy, this theater, you know that you've performed here many times, this theater, the Largo Theater, has all these pictures backstage. There must be 15 pictures back there of you, and there's at least 15 pictures of Gary Shandling, who played here all the time. And I know that you and Gary were super close. Do you think about him a lot, even today?
Yeah, all the time. Boy, I miss him. So many times. Don't you? You were close with him too.
Yeah.
So many times I would call him or need him or, you know, he was, first of all, just seeing you and talking about Gary makes me think about either you or him were hosting the Emmys. Mm-hmm. I think you were hosting the Emmys.
I was hosting him, and I got Gary to do a bit where we rode together.
On a horse.
On a horse, and we had such a good time doing that.
I was sobbing laughing at that bit.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a bit that called for me to be riding a horse and him to be behind me holding me, and it was a romantic, on a beach in Malibu. And yeah, I saw that clip again, I don't know, maybe about a year ago, and teared up because he looked so happy in that moment because it was so silly. It was such a silly bit to do. But he was lovely. I ran through all my material. I used to run material past him. And as you know, he was a great teacher. And he was so unselfish about listening to material. And he would listen to my jokes and go, that's good. Okay, that's good. That's good. Wait a minute, that one? I don't quite get, and I go like, it's gone. If he didn't like it, I would just take it out immediately.
He was honest, but he was so supportive. He was a mentor to so many people. You know, a bunch of us played basketball, and they were like, there are NCIS scripts he's helped people with. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, he was so
Those were the really neurotic crimes, I remember.
Like when Mark Harmon asks if his hair looks okay. No, but yeah, and it's funny because he was so generous. Like everything he learned the hard way, he gave to us on a silver platter.
Yeah.
And I remember at his memorial, a friend was like, "Who's gonna be our Gary now?" And I was like, we have to be the Garys now, you know?
Oh, when they asked me, I said Steven Seagal.
Oh, God.
I think your answer's better. Your answer's more zen. I specifically thought we need a new Gary and quickly said Steven Seagal.
Yeah, you can see that now in your comedy. There's a lot of, like, low ponytail.
Yeah, and just a lot of side kicking. You had a birthday recently. You turned 50.
Keep it down. I'm just kidding. I'm fine about it.
How'd you celebrate?
You know, it's funny because I usually don't. Usually, I just have dinner. We go to like this place down the street called Lucy El Adobe.
Oh, I know that place.
Yeah, it's just like a big old Mexican restaurant. It's cheap. It's that way. It's like, because I know it's the one night. It's like that I probably won't be paying. So it's just like burritos and stuff.
Right.
And But I really don't like presents. I mean, it's not that I don't like presents. But I do see them as like burdens. Like I don't like stuff. You
Right.
know, like I just, where am I gonna put it? I feel like James Spader in Sex, Lies, and Videotape. Like I only want one key. So my best friend, Tall John.
Yeah.
You know how he's tall. That's why we call him Tall John.
Hence the name Tall John.
Non-ironic nickname. But one time for my birthday, he came in with a wrapped gift, and I go, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "Open it." And it was like a tennis racket I loaned him 3 years before. So it's like he knows me.
That's your idea of a good gift. You don't want, maybe getting something you lent someone 2 years ago.
Or like socks are always good. Like but I don't know. I don't need stuff. But it was so funny because I turned 50, and it's a big birthday, and Tall John, who's now my neighbor, got me like a massive gift. He got me an electric bike.
Whoa.
It's so awesome. Like it feels like a motorcycle. I feel so cool on it. Like got a helmet and everything. But he turned 50 before me, and I was like thinking back at what I got him, and it was like not even at all.
Didn't match, because he got you an electric bike. What did you get him?
I got him a T-shirt that says "Keep calm and eat my pussy." It would be funny on a real big, tall, big guy.
Yeah. No, you got the better gift.
It wasn't expensive, yeah.
Your podcast, I mean, you're perfect for podcasting. You're very funny. You're terrific with people. And I know that you're getting the word out on it. You posted a picture recently to drum up subscribers for it. I think we have the picture here, and there you go. This is your way of saying, listen to the podcast, is by showing your bare butt. Is that correct?
Yeah, I actually took it just to send to my boyfriend, Rory. Like, he loves my tookus. But then I go, oh, screw it. I'm going to post it because I need people to subscribe. I don't think about that stuff. I love doing the podcast. And people watch it on YouTube, or they listen to it, or they watch clips on Instagram, and they think that means they're watching it, which I'm the same way, I know. But you have a podcast, like they have to press the subscribe button to keep you on the air, and you need to get them to press the button. It's just so stupid, but.
So this is your way of saying, listen to the podcast.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think it could
I'm going to do that for my podcast,
too. Oh my God, your little like pink freckly tush.
Yeah. It's very. I have a very, very small butt. It's kind of non-existent. It's not even there.
It's just like the end of your back.
Yes, it's my coccyx, and it just sort of just goes straight down, and then there's back to leg, and there's nothing in between. See what I'm saying? It's a straight drop. Do you want to think about it some more?
Let me really picture it. Oh yeah, I see that.
Yeah. Erotic, huh?
Yeah.
You've been
adjust my boner. Never done that before. That was weird.
We've been talking about this a little bit lately. We're going to do 3 more weeks of the Night Tonight show, and then sort of wrap that up. And I've been thinking about some of the people I've really wanted to talk to before we do that. You've been coming on my show since the very beginning.
I mean,
28 years. Your first time was in '93, which is right when we got started, which blows my mind. We have a picture.
I was 22.
You were 22. There's a picture of you. Isn't that insane? Appearance. First of all, you look fantastic. You look amazing. Your face is exactly the same. Your hair has changed, but
my teeth look smaller now. I think I've had to grow into my face.
Yeah. Your teeth are still the same size, but your face got a lot bigger. I see what you're saying.
I talked like I had like an affectation, like a comedy. Like I talk like this.
Oh, you did?
Conan. Yeah, I'd be like, someone asked me for my number and I gave him a fake number, I felt so bad, so I moved there.
Well, the thing is,
Is that how I talk?
It's a good joke.
Organically talked?
But, I think one of the things that's really interesting is when you're 22, I was 30. I think, when you came on the show, because that's how old I had just turned 30 when we started doing the late night show.
Wow.
And it takes a while to figure out who you are comedically. And so it's not that you were trying to be someone else, it's you're just trying to figure out how to be you on television.
Yeah, I was me then. Yeah.
Right. I thought, oh my God, look at that. Why was I sporting Andy?
Look at you.
Andy, why was I dressed like Tom Jones what was that? Or I'm dressed like the Riddler or something. No,
You were probably trying to seduce Sarah. That's my guess.
It does look like I lured you to my apartment and put on my sexy guy jacket to try and trick you into liking me. I thought it'd be fun, since you're here, to show some of my favorite things that you've done on the show over the years. First of all, I want to show this clip, if you don't mind, and I don't want to spoil it, so let's take a look.
Oh, yes. I came up with a craft that you can do with the phone.
Okay.
Anyone can do it. Oh. And let's see, it would take either one of you can do it. Turn to your head to the side.
Okay.
Like this.
Like this?
And then just let your mouth be loose and natural, and maybe put your lips together and put your tongue out just a tiny bit. Mm-hmm. Well, a little more tongue. Okay. Okay. Wow.
I really wish you still had the beard.
I love your show so much. I do. I love it so much. I mean, the first time I ever was recognized on the street was from your show.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah, because you'd always have me on. And I've been on your show for so many years. I grew up on your show. I honestly feel like my whole death reel could just be clips from your show. I'd be happy.
I say aim higher. I say you have a lot of life left, so rack up more stuff, more clips. It'll nudge our clips out of the way. You'll see.
I don't know.
Well, listen, I want to make sure I mention you can listen to the Sarah Silverman podcast on iTunes and wherever podcasts are available. Click on that. Click on that.
Yes, and Conan needs a friend.
Blah.
No, I just meant it literally.
I do. Oh, I see. You were mentioning the podcast. I really do need a friend. We love you, and we're going to keep knocking around in comedy, so we'll do other stuff together.
Yeah,
but thank
we
you so
will.
much for being such a big part of our foolishness for the last 28 years, and I'm just so happy.
I love you too.
There. Stop that. Sarah Silverman, everybody.